his whole left side, broken ribs, uh,
Wow.
um, punctured liver. Like, yeah, he was a mess. He's a mess. He's a mess.
Wow.
But yeah, shoot, he's still here, so that's the most important thing.
That is, man. Wow, man.
Still
I'm
here,
sorry,
man.
man.
Yeah, man. So, but he's he's getting through it. He's pushing through even with all those surgeries, so that's a good thing.
He like he's coherent and everything?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He's current coherent. He's been in a lot of pain,
right, of
just a
course.
lot of pain. But yeah, he's coherent.
Dang.
He's good. Yeah,
Wow. Sorry, I'm gonna reach out to him, man. I don't know if he gonna respond or not, but I'm gonna reach out to him because
cool.
that's crazy, man. But I guess I won't hold everybody tonight, man. I won't do the mindset piece because the topic I was gonna talk about was
Okay.
kind of touched back on that the fear aspect, but I want to keep
Uh,
everybody on.
Corey,
Yeah,
this might be a little off topic.
no problem. No topic is off topic.
Okay, so let me ask you. Okay, with the presidential election
Uh-huh.
being a driving factor of the news in the country, and on the left end, on the other end of the spectrum, this daily news. Do you think any of those might be driving factors for the market
Not the
in
Diddy,
certain aspects?
not the Diddy news, but
Not the
definitely
daily news.
not even close. But
I
I'm
mean,
glad
we got these CEOs stepping down left and right from major companies and stuff like that.
it
I don't
has
know.
more to do with recessionary fears. They don't want to be to blame of that company crashing. That's pretty much all that is, man.
Oh, so change the regime change then basically. That's all
Not
it's gonna
so
be.
not even so much regime change. It's just it's so much uncertainty right now. And a lot of them are just taking advantage. Like, hey, they don't know what's going on with the market. They don't know what's going on with the economy. The election is going on. Uh, I don't want to be under the helm of a company when the whole market can crash. And they probably got inside information that we don't even know about. Like, and uh I'm let me see if I can find this post. Usually, um, when they cut the interest rates, right? And I think we talked about this last week. The fact that we cut the interest rates and Powell has stood on his ground that interest rates were going to be held this and held that, it's probably already too late. It's probably already they've already probably noticed some signs in the market that have already signaled that either there will be a lapse in, a downturn in the market, or it's already happened. And really, it's already happened. They just have not officially announced the recession. We've been in a recession for probably a year, probably almost 2 years now, but they just haven't announced it. And the reason why they haven't announced it because they've been holding on to the fact that the job market was strong. But outside of the job market and the indices moving up higher and higher, we actually slow down in every other aspect that quantifies the fact that whether or not we in a recession. The housing slow down, new home bills slow down, interest rates have climbed, the yield curve has been crossed over. Like it's so many things that have already told us we in a recession. They just haven't admitted because they are still saying, well, even the terms that they using now, like initially they were like, well, we want to keep unemployment down, right? And unemployment was around 3%, right? Now they're like, well, unemployment has creeped up, right? But it's only around 4%, right? And you'll keep hearing them say stuff like that, to try to put a positive spin on stuff when in reality stuff is hitting the fan right now. So a lot of times, like even with this interest rate cut, right? They did 50 basis points to cut in order to like inject some liquidity in the market, right? And inject banks, inject money back into the market, right? That's why they lower interest rates. They lower interest rates to entice people like us and companies to spend more money because when the interest rates are lower, you're borrowing money is easier. They
Hey,
lower
I'm
the
losing your connection. You going in and out.
let me see some. Let me try to close some stuff right quick. When you lower the interest rates in turn work as a means to give banks the opportunity, lenders in general, the opportunity to lower their requirements for lending. And they also offer the opportunity for people to, buy into new items, spend more money. And people have really stopped spending money because they don't know what's going to happen. So a lot of banks are staying in cash right now because they rather stay in cash at the moment until they understand like, hey, this, the market could crash. So let me make sure I'm in cash right now. So that way, if something happens, um, you know, I have something to fall back on. So, and then that, you throw in the election and you keep hearing back and forth that Trump's going to be good for the economy if he's elected. Then you hear Kamala Harris is going to be good if she's elected for the economy. And that back and forth is like really throwing it off. And usually when you have a potential of, a new party coming in where we're going from Democratic to Republic, or if we get it, when we go from Democratic to Republic, there's certain things that happen under those terms. And then when we go Democratic to Democrat, there's certain things that happen under those terms too. And that it's just really kind of unfolding like right in front of our eyes right now. Like, we just in a really, really bad place right now. And without having any real guidance or being able to look back in the past and see something like this. Like everything we doing right now is actually brand new. There's been past events that we can look back on and see certain aspects of what's going on right now. But the last time over the last 4 years, we had an economic shutdown with COVID, right? We never had like we had the historic black, I can't even remember what it was. Well, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like we never had like a mass medical outbreak where that shut down the world since the 1900, like 1919, whatever it
You mean
was.
like the
Yeah.
Black Plague or
The plague, yeah.
yeah?
We never had nothing like that happen before, right? And considering that we have more people on the world than we did at that time, we've like jumped technologically leaps and bounds from that point. And at this same time, like the amount of money we spent to deter the 2008 recession is nothing compared to what we've had to spend to keep the recession from happening during COVID. And in our 2008 crisis, a lot of that was internalized in the United States. The rest of the world was doing okay, you know, but this impacted the entire world. And at the same time, right now, the entire world is feeling the same effects. Every country dealing with immigration issues. Every country is dealing with food shortages. Every country is dealing with financial issues. Every country is dealing with bank issues. Every country is dealing with housing issues. And it's not one country that's not dealing with inflation. It's some countries like Lebanon, they money is pretty much has no value at all. I think that the Turkish lira, that money is really worth nothing to the outside of their country. And this is the kind of things that's going on throughout the world. Like this has never happened before, at least not in nobody's lifetime that's alive on this earth right now, you know. So it's nobody right now. You can listen to every commentator, every analyst right now, and none of them can tell you they've been through this before. All they shoot everybody shooting from the hip right now.
Mm. Yeah, so I was seeing last night. I was up trading last night, and the news came out about China. Said they cut rates, but they
Hmm.
still probably going to need help from the government due to the real estate market suffering. And I
Yep.
was like, I don't know if that correlated because I know over the past couple of days in the U.S. 30, a rising wedge was happening, and then we had a 300-point drop right after, in the New York session. So I didn't. I was wondering if the with that news with China correlated to that 300 point drop today.
Probably so. Probably. Um, the sectors were off today too. So it was again, it is everything kind of everything's like real finicky right now. Like any kind of in anything you do right now, it can push the markets over right now.
Mm.
And it's like every company probably you can think of, like especially the major companies, the tech companies, right? All of them doing layoffs,
Right.
all of them has slowed spending because again, these companies, Amazon laying off people.
Hmm.
My company in particular is Macy's, right? Our company, like we bringing in vendors right now, and when you typically when you hear companies bringing in vendors, that's because they don't want to pay their full-time employees because they
Mm.
can buy the vendors by bringing the vending company like 2 or 3 times less expensive than what they would be paying full-time employees. That's happening in
Mm.
so many different. Nike just did this. Um, Bed Bath and Beyond, they did this, and then they turned around and filed bankruptcy. So it's like everybody is on something right now, you know.
Mm.
Everybody, everybody is like they don't nobody know what to do. Don't nobody know what to do right now. They just like I just gotta save. I gotta keep money. I gotta keep my payroll. Um, then you got stuff like Boeing, they going on strike. Those the union, the freight unions going on strike. That's probably more impactful than anything that's going to go on right now because those guys going on strike means that products have to go up in price. So they cut the rates. Think
Mm.
about this. They cut the rates and then the freight industry goes on strike. What does that mean? That means that slowing down in production, I have to raise the cost. So we kind of went to we kind of did this, right? I can only draw it out. But let me see. We did something. We about to do something like this. Um, fresh, right? So this is like inflation, right? Since 2008, inflation was going up slowly, 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 slowly. We peaked at around 2019. Then we just started after 2019, we started almost going up vertically, right? They saying they want inflation down 2%, right? We already up almost 40% in inflation right now as we speak. So them saying 2%, all that does is this right here.
Mm.
We've now set a high on our inflation levels right now. We've set a high. So everything like, oh, they need to lower prices, they need to do that. It's the prices took up here now. They've already realized that as a business, I know I can charge this price. They ain't never coming back down here.
Mm.
Never come down. When have we seen prices come down like significantly? Right? We'll never see that happen again. So now that 2%, when they finally get that 2%, you know what that's gonna cause job losses, that's gonna cause um home repossessions, that's gonna cause car repossessions, credit delinquencies, all that stuff, just to get it down 2%. That's what they are essentially saying. But the prices for goods and services are if they when they during that time when they get in the market to come down, it'll come down. We probably see it come down 2 to 3 more percent, but that still doesn't mean that stuff doesn't cost a lot. Because now I know later on, after you bring the markets down and you create the new demand, I can start charging you more. I can start charging you more. And I now what was high right here is no longer high anymore. What was high right here is no longer high anymore. Now we know we can start charging this up here now. That's essentially what's about to happen. And it's really nothing that none of us can do. We can save our money gonna lose value. We can invest our money. We can try to get extra income coming in because that's really the only way to fight against this is make more money. That's really the only thing you can do. Save your money is telling you that, what was the value of something now is not the value of it anymore. Is get more money and keep your money moving. The elections, anybody could win. It's, and what I tell people, like they were like, oh, when Trump was in office, the economy was doing better, right? True. Trump was handed an economy from 8 years of recovering from a recession under Obama. During that period of time, we had the economy rebuilt itself. But again, inflation, prices going up. It was a lot of money that was spent during Obama's time to keep the economy up as well. And then Trump had to turn around and do the same thing. So it's no real difference about who's in office. We just have to like determine who and how we can take advantage financially because essentially we the only ones gonna save us. You know, we the only people that have the means to get and make sure that we are okay. The government ain't nobody coming to save us. It's like that's facts. Ain't nobody coming to save us. But yeah, that's a good question, cuz I don't know if he's still on here, but that's a good question, man. Um, I did take a trade. I took a L today, but that was I was trying to buy, but I'm still in this trade. I took a trade on Tuesday here in my live account. It was on Nas down here at this low. I'm still riding it right now, but I pretty much I only got one contract in right now. I took it at 1974, right around here. And I'm just trying to see if how high to go. I got a high that I'm wanting to take out on here. The high I'm looking for it to take out is pretty much this one. I don't know if we're gonna get all the way up here, but I still got it in. I'm gonna just see what happened. Um, or at least come up to the middle of this order block, this fair value gap on a daily. We pretty much also we pretty much met the projections from Sunday pretty much already. What didn't happen was we didn't get that drop like I thought we would. We didn't really get that drop like I thought we would. Like I thought we were gonna come down from the close over here and then down into this fair value gap. But we pretty much held steady because tomorrow we got probably the biggest news, and let's go look at that right quick. Tomorrow we got unemployment and GDP. Unemployment and GDP will probably be our biggest move this week. And then we also got Powell speaking. So the market just really been waiting on that. So that's really the reason why we've been choppy because Thursday and Friday, we got a lot of news. We got PCE, which the feds have been using, and consumer sentiment, and then we got Powell speaking. This is really why we've been choppy this week because of Thursday. Um,
Are you real quick question, Corey? So
yeah,
do you actually trade the news, or are you stay out the market and let it?
sometimes,
Oh, sometimes okay.
yeah. Usually, and like I stick to 7 a.m. to noon. If it happened in between that time, I'll trade it. And like sometimes what I'll do is I'll let the 8:30 happen
Mhm.
and then I'll look at the 10 o'clock candle and see how it
Okay,
happens. Or I'll look at the 4 hour candle and see if I can get in after that.
okay.
But yeah, that's usually what I'll do. But like big news, it just depends on what it looked like. So for the rest of the week, we coming into this fair value gap. If we don't get a sell off, we've already came in. We already tapped into it one, two, three times, and now we trading up into it, right? So the fact that we trading up into it, we already see we gonna probably tap into the middle. So overnight, I'm gonna be looking for. I'm gonna leave this on there. I'm gonna put something. I'm gonna be looking for since we tapped the low and traded up into it. I want to see how we gonna react right here at the middle. If we just trade through this and we probably come down to this little level right here, and if we don't come outside of that, back down to the lows, I'm gonna assume that we're gonna go ahead and trade to the top. And then once we get to the top, if we don't fail that, then we just gonna trade through and come back up into this gap right here. So right now, this is what I'm thinking if we stay bullish. If we get to this point and we fail this midpoint or one of these highs, then will be likely to at least come back down into this area right here and retest this old previous week high right here, which is also right around the low of this fair value gap. So I'm gonna be looking for that tomorrow. And that'll probably happen. I'm hoping it don't happen overnight because that I would rather for us to hold in this area so that way I can get a clean play. A clean play because we ain't been getting a lot of clean plays this week. Even gold, which you'll see, gold just did his own thing. It didn't come down. It just traded up. It already hit the targets I gave out on Sunday. It already hit it. It actually hit it Monday with like no real retracement or nothing like that. So this is what I'm gonna be looking for. This the chart right here. This on NQ. It's NQ. Then on S&P, looking pretty much the same, but we don't have these are all-time highs, so we don't have it. We didn't come down into here, which that's what we wanted. It's 319. Just the 1 hour. We didn't come into this area like we wanted, but that's okay. S&P was kind of following Dow Jones a little more than it was NAS like it normally does, but this our weekly low right here. And our weekly high, we made that today. Well, today, and it kind of just tapped it. So we still need to see if we're gonna trade through it. And then this our weekly low right here. This our weekly low right here. Our high is a new all-time high. We made a new all-time high on this candle. And now this yesterday's low. And you can see we haven't taken out any lows. Even though we've been ranging, we just kind of been ranging in a small range higher. So we still got to assume we pushing up. This was Monday's low, Tuesday's low, Wednesday's low. So we just been climbing up. And then this was Friday's low. So Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we just been climbing. And then I like this low if we do drop because this low is right above this little area right here. So now with us making a run on 5,800, you gotta assume we come to 5825 probably. That's our next area. So 5825 is right around here. That'll be the next target. That'll be the next target right here. If we push up, this is our next quarter point right here. Oops. Still. Still. 5,800. And what I'll be looking for us to know we can trade in here. I want to see an impulse through this high from the low we made right here. See an impulse through this high right here. And I'll try to see if we get a pullback to this area. but we haven't been getting a lot of pullbacks on the higher time frame. We look at the daily, you can just see, right? It's been chopped, right? Been chopped, a lot of just back and forth, higher highs, but no real pullbacks. It's on the higher time frame. We just been getting lower time frame pullbacks, and we still got this gap. We still got 4 hour fair value gap. We haven't tapped in right here. We did in here, but it's just been choppy, not clean. So that's why I'm looking at that right there. So this is S&P. Let me drop to the 1 hour. Overall, I want to see a sell off at some point. Then Dow sold off. I wish I had actually been paying attention to Dow today because this looked like it was the best setup. Let me see the 5 minute. 9:30. Could have probably got something out of this, but that was just straight down. Let me see the 15 minute.
Yeah, that 10 o'clock candle on a 1 hour. I caught some of that after that 10 o'clock on a 1 hour. It was like a
Yeah,
200 point candle. So I was like, okay, that right there,
yeah.
the original start.
Could have sold off the weekly. Could have. What is there? What we got? Anything clean? Maybe right here. 940. Maybe right here. But if you didn't get in at one of those two areas, where'd you get in? Where you get in, Jeff? Yeah, this
I'm
is
sorry, I didn't know I was on mute. I said right after that 10 o'clock close, 10 o'clock candle on a 1 hour. So I got a little pullback and I got in there.
oh, okay.
And then it react it had a little kill zone area where it's reacting, pushing up
Mm-hmm.
on, on the 1 hour, 1 hour and 4 hour kill zone match lined up together.
Yeah.
So that was my TP right there.
This one's looking like this pretty much hit our target where we off is 68. What's the high on this candle? 60, 42,679. I was thinking 42,800 as the target, so we like 100 off. But this does look like it may come into this area and even this area. So that might be good setting us up for a longer term run to go higher later. So I'm not even gonna change this. I still like this for now. So that we come down. If anything, we may come down a little further into here. I still like 42,800. So if we do come down, I'm gonna be looking in this area first and then this area. If it doesn't reject in there, I'm gonna be looking at these two. I still like this because it's doing this one doing the closest to what I wanted to do right now. To come down from last week into one of these areas and bounce up for there. So I'll even add this one. So we either gonna look, I'm gonna either look for a bounce in this blue area, or in the orange area, but I still want to see price up here if we keep on going higher. Okay. Give me 1 second. It's raining and I just got something delivered. So and I gotta get that off the porch. Give me 1 second. All right. All right, y'all. My bad. On another note, yeah, you guys both got kids, man. When do the kids start asking for iPads and iPhones and stuff for Christmas, for their birthday and stuff? Like what age?
5. Mine's already asking. She was asking since the summertime. She wanted an iPhone. I was like, you ain't getting no iPhone.
Bro, all my kids got iPads and iPhones. All of them. That's why I really need to make this trading thing work. I'm broke. So.
Bro, like y'all too young to be asking for iPads and iPhones, man. Y'all ain't even close to getting jobs, man. Y'all ain't even close. Oh man.
We got one that's grown and he's still in our pocket, man. Come on, man.
Right. Malik.
So help me make this thing work.
Hey.
I need the help bad.
Hey. Um, man, dollar, dollar just been dollar has been normally you can trade inverse correlation with dollar, but dollar just been it's been kind of messed up, man. It's been off. The correlation only it's been good on the higher time frame, but on the lower time frame, it hasn't. But today it was, and then you can see uh the way we got this high. This was the same candle that we got this high on. Let me go to the 1 hour on Dow. The same candle we got this high on Dow, we got the low on dollar. And the rest of the pairs, they kind of followed dollar, but it's just been choppy, you know. And then dollar just ran up, and dollar's been sitting in this fair value gap for like almost a month. Um, that's why we haven't really got no plays off of that, right? Once we came down in this area, we kind of just been sitting in this area waiting to do whatever we gonna do. And where's the monthly? I thought the monthly. So it's been down here since September. That's the 12th. Been down in here ever since the 16th. So for the past pretty much 10 days, we've been down in this area and just been holding on. If and that's another reason why we've been sideways on a lot of the indices too, because the past 10 days we've been down in dollar ranging too. And we really been ranging between this high and this low right here. And this was the high and low. We made both of these on the day they released the interest rate. And we've been sideways pretty much just expanding the range. But if what I want to see if we gonna go higher is if we come out of this range right here. I don't know. Yeah, Jen, gold has been I'm about to go over that right now. Gold. I don't have no opinion on dollar because it's just ranging. But overall, we are still inside of we still inside of a bullish point of interest. It's just it's not moving off of it. It's not really doing nothing off of it. So dollar, the optimal thing is to see dollar push off of this area to the upside, but it's been holding steady. So we just gotta see if it's gonna do what it's gonna do. Hold on, let me 100, 224. Now that on the 1 hour and on the 4 hour, you can see what I just froze. Um, you can see we got a fair value gap right here, and then one right here, and this is right around the high. So maybe we can come out of this and start to move away from here to the upside, and that'll bring the indices lower, like we kind of want them to, but we'll see. But not really. This is the most recent thing I'm gonna be watching. We already got the weekly high right here. It's the high of the week. Maybe we want to target the high of the week if we keep on pushing up. And then we already got yesterday's high in sight right now. So this should be a
Hey, Corey, you still there? Hello?
Yeah, look like he lost connection.
hey, I don't know if y'all still there. We
Yeah,
just
we still
lost
here.
power. Sorry.
Yeah, we still here.
Yeah, I just lost we just lost power over here. So
Damn, I almost said, damn, the hurricane already got to you. It didn't even get to me yet.
right, right. Yeah, man. Our neighborhood is just real bad, man. Like we don't even have to get like real bad weather, man. The power just be going out over here sometimes, but it is pretty bad though over here raining. Let me see. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get everything back up. It's kind of going slow. Give me like 5 minutes. I'm trying to pull everything back up. All right, let's see if we can get it back going. So this is three. Share three. And then this is the window. All right. Okay. So this is our low for the week. It's on dollar still right here. This is the high. This is our closest target that we got. So we're gonna assume that they're gonna eventually just go ahead and take this high out for sure. And then we'll have to see where we go from there. It's previous day high right here. This dollar. And let me find the chat real quick. And then we'll look at gold. Gold, man, gold has been just, there ain't really no stopping on gold right now. Gold has been just going straight up. My favorite setup right now is pending. It was pending anyway down here on gold, but we didn't even come near this area right here, which if you look at the daily and the 4 hour, like this the area I wanted us to come back into, this order block right here and this gap right here. And we ain't even touching it. So, and we just all the target I was looking at us getting was 26.75. Got it already. And still no pullback. So again, when people start thinking that the market about to start tanking and it's fears and all that kind of stuff, they start buying gold. So when people think the economy about to crash and recession about to happen, gold is like the everybody number one go to. And we were looking at last week, we were looking at gold to push down into this area somewhere and then buy up from there. That's a healthy retracement. This our low for the week. That's all we got. We didn't come nowhere near. So it held at this order block right here and just ran up from there. Most of the movement happened overnight into the morning. Like this down move happened and the buy started during London. Down move happened at right before London. We kind of set around, and then we moved up after that, and we ain't really retraced or nothing like that. So go, I gotta leave it alone for now. If we do come down, it looks like we might need to come down to here. If we do get a retracement, but the way gold is pumping, can't bank on it. This is order block right here. And then we got another little one right here. Maybe we come here, but this is probably a fair value gap. Yep, I figured that. So maybe we come in here. We already tapped into here one time, so maybe we come into this area again, and we can get something off of that area. Can't bank on this because
Yeah, what was it yesterday or 2 day before it hit the breaker? And I'm like, okay, that's what now I didn't put my entry there. I'm like, you're probably gonna go to the order block or the order block. But no, it hit the breaker. When I checked the 3 minutes time frame, there's an order block there. I was just like, oh my gosh. And it just shoot up. I was like, you know what, forget this.
yesterday.
Yeah. I was just
Oh,
like, I'm not doing this. No.
yeah. No, no, nothing. It's just gone. Like you can't really do nothing about that one. This one is gone. Maybe it'll come back in here, but it's gonna have to do it Thursday. Gonna have to do it Thursday because if it come in here Friday, it might be a little too late. Then we making new all-time highs. Right here is our all-time high. We almost at 2,700 on gold. We 5 points off from there. This a yearly high, all-time yearly high and all-time high on gold. And this our low right here. And if we look at the daily chart, you can see it just looked like straight up price action, like no real nothing. We just look like we just drew a straight line ever since the month open. Ever since this low right here, we just been pretty much straight up. So um and we have only come back to a real retracement right here. And this happened overnight. So we didn't even really get a chance to get in. I didn't get a chance. I don't really trade overnight, but this was the probably the best pullback we could have got so far. So gonna see what happened. If we lucky, we can get into it. I'm gonna send y'all what I'm listening to right now. Like every day before I start trading or at the evening or something, I try to listen to some mindset stuff. This dude was talking about fear again, and then I'm gonna send y'all that video too. It's got a two-part to it. It was real good. Really, really good. And I didn't get a chance to finish it before the call, but one of the things he was saying is let me look at the quick notes that I wrote right quick. One of the things he was saying was he was talking about how we have mental shortcuts, right? And like Does it? And he brought up, and I'm kind of doing this out of order. Let me just finish the charts. I'll do this right. I'll do that after. We can do the mindset last. I'm still in this SoFi. I'm getting ate up right now. I got in around 8. I'm down like 25 cents on this, which is all right because I'm only down 20% on this, and I'm only risking 50% on that. So I'll lose probably like $175 on this trade if I lose it. But again, I'm okay with being down on this because this is a I don't if I know don't nobody I'm not sure if anybody trade options on here, but this is for anybody listening later that trade options. This is a 2025 buy. So by the time Jan 17th comes, January 17th comes, I'll know what I should know before then whether or not I'll be in or out of this trade. I'm really just trying to get this target 2 out of here, and I'm gonna see how that play out. But I know don't nobody on this call at the moment trade options. Our Bitcoin setups. Let me get up out of here. Oh, I ain't even see this. Oh yeah. Oh, I ain't looked at it in a couple of days. Yes, sir. I told y'all to buy down here. If you didn't, I hate it for you because I was on the call and I bought like soon as we were on the call. Well, I bought this while we were on the call down here on that same day. We were talking about this. Got in around, I got in at 33.05 and I'm in it right now all the way on this ADA. I also bought Ripple. Ripple just sitting. Let me check my account. I got to no because I'm on this wireless, so I can't do nothing right now. I'm on my phone. Did anybody? You was on that call, Jeff? Right?
Yeah, I was on that call.
You didn't buy it, right?
I didn't buy it, man.
And
Oh, I'm looking at it now. Mm.
um. So now, looking at it now, this is probably a order block on the weekly. Let me look. Nah, not even. Not even on the weekly. What is this? I like the way the monthly candle look. And then looking at this monthly candle right here, we got a we got a vector on the monthly. Let me take this drawing off. We got a vector on the monthly. We got we got a low, a lower low, and a higher low, right? Ends here on the monthly. And it's happening. This is a fair value gap. This is an order block. We got our favorite combination right here, and we making a low right here. So it look like we gonna aim to take out this high, and that's what I'm gonna be looking for. I'm doing this long term on this setup, so even if we do take it out the high, hopefully we looking at new all-time highs, if not all-time highs, but new highs for the year on this, or at least to come back to the yearly high right up here. That's what I'm shooting for. If we don't get that, you see this fair value gap right here. Maybe we come into here. There's liquidity all along this area. We got a high, 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 and a high here. I'm seeing that we start taking out. Once we start taking out these highs, I know I'll be good. Again, this is long term, so I'm buying the whole for a while. And I'm buying because we are in uncertain times. And again, when you're in uncertain times, people go to gold. Now they starting to go to crypto. You see the move up on ADA, which is Cardona. You see the move up on Bitcoin happening the same way. This the monthly on Bitcoin. We came into this area right here. We got the same 3 drive right here. Let's take this off. We got a low, a lower low, and a higher low. inside of a fair value gap on the monthly. We go to the weekly. We can see there's a little order block here. Go to the daily. We can see that we've held these lows up here. So now the next target is taking out this 65050 area high right here. We almost did it today, this week. Then we'll look at this 70K. And if so, I'm already in all of these right here. Ripple is taking its time, man. Ripple ain't doing a lot. But ADA, Cardona, Ethereum is moving. This would Ethereum right now is probably the one that's in the best place to look for a new setup, because if we've already traded out of this range, right? And then we got the monthly, and then we got this order block right here and a fair value gap. Even if it does come down, I would look to buy again if we come to the monthly or this order block and hold. And if we do that, I would be interested in buying some more Ethereum and then looking to take out this 2820 high. But for now, I'm just going to sit on my hands and see what happens. But I do want to see a retracement on this to add on more to ADA. So worst case scenario, we come down here. Then I want to see us come after this high. And if we do that at one of these spots, I'm going to be looking to take a buy from one of these spots right here. So either at the order block or the monthly level, and take that high out. That's what I'm going to be looking for. None of the rest of them, maybe Bitcoin. Bitcoin looking similar because we traded through this. Now this is an inverse fair value gap. So I'll be looking at the middle and the low of this. So let's say we just made this high. We either gonna come down to the low or the middle, and then I'll be looking to take out this 70 target if I get a new entry. And oops, get that out of here. I'll be looking at this order block. This order block, but primarily I'll be cool with it if it hold around here at 61 or this order block. Those the two spots I'm gonna be looking at. And I'll probably need to set, I'm gonna go ahead and go back later and set alerts on these two levels. So it's either gonna happen here or at the low. And then I'm gonna be looking for take out these highs right here and then get up around that 70,000 price level. And that's all the Bitcoin. I ain't touching. I'm gonna leave Cardano alone. I didn't set a stop loss, so I'm still running this right now. So overall, for sure, I want to go up to here. But I know we could take a stop here and here for sure, and maybe even here. So, but overall, I'm looking at this. So I'm gonna just let this ride and see how far it goes. No new setup. The only one I'm looking at is here and here. Nah, you can't go nowhere because I gotta go over some with you. You can't go
Oh,
nowhere.
all right, cool.
Nah, you can't go nowhere. You gotta stay on for sure. This is the crypto. And then the last thing, again, we already saw what tomorrow doing. We already saw that. These will be for Sunday. And then the last thing, this mindset stuff, just I'm gonna see. Let me find you the video. It's a two-part series. This dude just History. This is a good one. This is a good one. This guy right here. Let me see where I can get the share button here. We can talk about this on Sunday because I still got to finish it. I watched the first one already. This will be what we do on Sunday. So this the first video. And then I'm gonna drop it in the group too. Part 1 is here. And then I started on part 2, but I didn't get to finish. And just a couple of things that I got to jot down real quick was he was talking about having two mindsets. And this was actually, I take that back. This was in combination of listening to him and then reading this book I'm reading. But talking about two mindsets and us having a default mode. Like in our trading, we sometimes we'll get on the charts. I do this myself. And if I'm doing it, I know y'all doing it too, where it's like we'll see something and we'll just say, hey, I'm about to jump in this trade because I see it, right? And again, I think we talked about this Sunday too. Like we just go in our default trading mode. Like we don't like dive deliberately into our setups, right? We'll just say, oh, I see an order block, I see a fair value gap. But we never like confirm like what's the direction or what is there have we reached a resistance level? If we see a bull flag, is it in a downtrending market or uptrending market? Because that tells us two different things, right? And that tells us different characteristics about the market, right? And so we got to get to the point where we're like, we don't go to our default sets of behaviors, right? And our default sets of behaviors are equivalent to us coming up. Like if I asked you what's 2 + 2, you don't even really have to think about that, right? Or if I said like, hey, you downtown, right? And you go into your favorite restaurant and you've been there like 80 million times, like you don't actually need to think about how to get there. You don't need to put on Waze, you don't need to go. A matter of fact, you know multiple ways to get to that restaurant. And it's just by default. You could like even like sometimes like when we like doing a long road trip and we are just zoned out, like we could go for like miles and not even remember the fact that what we've done or what we just passed because we just zoned out, you know. And sometimes that's how we go into our trading, right? So we got to take the time to like go into like deep thought about what we're doing. We can't like go into default mode when we're trading, right? Muscle memory, exactly. Like we got to get out of that habit of just going into our mindless state when we trade sometimes. And even me, like when I know when I've had certain days of, you know, like I've been working a lot, I've been up a lot. Sometimes you can go to that default mode. And a lot of the times when on my days, I even on my best days of trading, there's sometimes when I just open the charts up and I just press the button because I see something and I think I see it. And I press the button because I believe that I'm seeing something that I've already built in my muscle memory, which is a good phrase, that I'll see that and I'll end up opening the day up with a loss and I'll have to recover from it because sometimes I don't do the deep dive first. I do the deep dive sometimes after I've taken the first L and I'm like, oh damn, I'm not in the right direction. Okay, let me go to the daily, the 4 hour, the weekly, the monthly real quick and just double check what I'm seeing. Oh dang, I got in too early, or oh, I might have missed the news release or something like that. So we gotta give ourselves time when we're trading to step out of default mode and go into the investigative mode, right? I know you guys can relate to this. So that's all I'm gonna say about it. This guy goes into it. The book I'm reading too is called Trade Mindfully. I'm gonna see if I can find a PDF version of it, but if you want to find it on your own, this is the book right here. Um, this one right here. This one I'm reading right now. And I'll see if I can find a PDF download it from somewhere, but if not, this is it. It's Trade Mindfully by Gary Dayton. And it give you exercises. Another book that I've read that I would also recommend is the Daily Trading Coach. This one I do have a PDF, and I actually dropped it in our Facebook group. This also has some practical exercises too. And I like books that like this don't tell you so some mindset books they just tell you, hey, if you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, you're doing that. But they don't actually tell you what to do to actually get rid of that behavior. But if you go in the Facebook group under files, you can see oh, Shanika added some too. Yeah, Shanika added 13 steps to change. I didn't even see these myself, but Shanika and I have been adding stuff in here on and off, but you got which one is it? The Daily Trading Coach. That's this one right here. That's in there for sure. And then this one, I think this was another one too. Trading Psychology 20 forms from it's actually Trading Psychology 2.0 from by Brett Steinberger. He's really good. So this one is another one. So and this is already in there. So you just got to come to files and then download it. Um, so yeah. So on that note, man, I'm a call it a night. Cars, give me like 5 minutes, and after we get off of here, unless anybody got any questions.
No, I'm good. I'll wait for you. No problem.
Okay.
Cool.
And then last thing, the guides we have in here, they are like from old videos, some how-to stuff in here too. If you go in the guide, you'll see that too. So like Shanika got like some classes in here for like foundational classes, confirmation checklists and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, if you want to check that out. Cool. Cool. And then I'll put this video up on I'll pin it and put it in the guide under the midweek analysis. All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. All right, everybody. Cool. Peace out.
All right, fellas. Good session. Thank y'all.
Thanks for hopping on, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, guy.
All right, thanks, Corey.
Later, bro.